Today's video is about mystery shopping. At level 5, we prefer to call our work in that area sales observation. What's the benefit of sales observation? You get an absolutely real view of how your salespeople are interacting with real customers in the marketplace right now. Just want to talk today a little bit about mystery shopping. It's a term that I have to say as a business we're pretty uncomfortable with. We're using mystery shopping as the name of our solution or the category of our solution, but we kind of don't really want to be seen as a mystery shopping business. I just explain that because mystery shopping conjures up the view of people who are out there part-time wandering through places earning, cash for doing mystery shopping in some kind of imprecise fashion. So I want to just tell you a little about the origins of our work in mystery shopping and how we go about it, just to, whet your appetite, which we think is going to become a pretty major part of our repertoire in our business. So mystery shopping for us is sales observation, is what that is. Customer service or sales observation. Again, we do a bit of customer service work. Really, we're in the sales business. We're a sales performance business. That's what we're about. So one of the things that you don't see as an owner of a business, what you really don't see is what your team are doing in the marketplace. So it's a bit like me doing these videos and watching them back as we're going through the edit process, and it can be pretty confronting. And I think sometimes as a sales manager or a sales director or as a senior manager of a business, sometimes, it can be quite confronting when you see how people are actually operating in the marketplace. So you've got your systems, you've got your processes, you've got your methodologies, you've got your product set. You train your salespeople in this, and then what most businesses miss is getting the opportunity to see salespeople in action. Now, you can do this in various ways by, for example, doing videos in-house, which we do a bit of work on for customers, by doing role plays, by doing case studies in sales meetings and one-on-ones with your salespeople. I think you can replicate some of the reality in those meetings for sure, but I think it's really good to sometimes see a salesperson in action. In B2B, that's really ride-along calls. In real estate sales, that's, for example, maybe open for inspections and listing presentations. And in automotive, it's pretty much the interaction that you would see with the salesperson, at the dealership. And they're pretty much the three kinds of work we're specifically doing. What I want to say about mystery shopping in particular is that, it needs to be really precise, and what we're really doing is we're looking for specific behaviors. And the great thing that comes out of mystery shopping is the surprises you often get around some of the things that your salespeople are doing really well, and sometimes maybe some of the simple things that you see not being done as well as you would like. What it does is it gives you a real sense of, if I was a customer of my business, what am I going to experience and how would I feel about that? So if we took a real estate open for inspection, for example, what we would look at, we'd look at all of the logistics. We'd look at, are the boards out? Where are they in the right spots? Is the flag up? Is the flag unfurled? We'd look at, is the name badge on? How are they dressed? What's the first impression walking up the driveway to look at the person? Do they greet me? Is there a smile? Is there eye contact? What's the first interaction? Do they make some small talk whilst they're putting the details into their iPad for the database, for example? Inside the home, do we have an agent inside the home? Does he introduce himself? Is he roaming the house, engaging with people, or is he out the back on the deck on the telephone? Is he asking me questions and taking every opportunity to get as much information as possible? Because what we know is that when that agent does their callback, they're only going to connect with about 30 to 35% of the people. And I'm a real live buyer, and I'm in the house, or I'm a neighbour and I'm thinking of selling, and I walk through the property and the agent doesn't engage and he doesn't ask me questions, and I live 100 metres down the road, and what I'm doing today is I'm interviewing real estate agents by going to open for inspections, and the agent didn't ask me any questions, more particularly then didn't call me back and didn't ask me, hey, what motivated you to come to my open on Saturday? At which case, if he engaged me really well, I might have said, hey, I'm looking for an agent and you did really well. Why don't you come over and value my property for me? So in real estate, it's that end-to-end experience, and it's all of the lead up to that in terms of the setup, how the home looks and so on and so forth. And then at the end, it's, did the agent call me back? And for some clients, it's what is the quality of that callback as well. For automotive, which we see is a really big area of opportunity, because what we see in automotive is that to a large extent, anyone who walks into a dealership these days knows exactly what car they're going to buy. They've configured it online. They know what wheels, they know what extras, and they know exactly what the vehicle is going to cost them. And so it is really about using that engagement in the dealership to engage, to properly diagnose and qualify the need, to then demonstrate the vehicle with me in it. In some of our mystery shopping of premium auto dealerships, we see the salesperson arrange the keys so that I can go and drive on my own. Why that would happen, I have absolutely no idea. When it's a $100,000 motor vehicle and I'm given the car to go and drive, and I don't have the salesperson explaining to me as I'm driving the vehicle what's so great about the vehicle and helping me introduce me to maybe some of the features. These new vehicles have so many features. You can own the car for 2 years and still not use all the features and know how they work, but I'm being given the keys and go off for a drive, and I come back and I get asked, how was it? In particular in automotive, it's about the negotiation, and it's about really me coming into one dealership, and often what we understand the buyer is doing in that case is they're going to dealership A in the morning and they're going to another dealership of the same brand in the afternoon, and the agent that does the best job gets the deal. Quick example for automotive, mystery shopping activity. Went to a dealership in the morning, did all our homework, was well prepared for the interaction. I actually did this one for myself personally, like it wasn't me buying the car, but I did the mystery shop myself because I believe in everything I do in the business, getting amongst it and understanding exactly how we do and specifying how it will be done for the client. Spent about 70 to 75 minutes with the salesperson. Told the salesperson that I was doing some work with companies and I was switching companies around for the vehicle, but I was in a position to buy, but I probably wouldn't be able to buy by maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, but by then I'd have things done with the company to be set up to purchase the vehicle. Didn't do a bad job, did an okay job. I left it, we drove the vehicle, he gave us the vehicle, didn't come with us in the vehicle, wasted quite a bit of time here and there in the dealership with us sitting there on our own, serving us coffee and so on and so forth. But in the end, didn't close the deal. I said to him, why don't you give me a call? That was Sunday. Why don't you give me a call Tuesday or Wednesday? Didn't hear from him Tuesday or Wednesday. In what we'd done in the dealership, we had specified that there was a vehicle on the water. We knew where the vehicle was, we knew where it would land, and we knew when it would land, and we knew what the specs of the vehicle were, and we'd got down to what the price of that vehicle would be without negotiating it down to the last $500. Monday, no ring. Tuesday, no ring. Wednesday, no ring. Went down to competitor dealership within 15 kilometers of the other one. The other agent, polar opposite in terms of way they went about the technique, showing us the vehicle, pointing out the features, and back and forward to negotiate and attempting to get a commitment out of us on exactly the same vehicle. So there was salesperson A, there was salesperson B, completely different in terms of the way they interacted, how they interacted, and their sales effectiveness with someone who, for all intents and purposes, had the money and was about to buy a vehicle. What is the benefit of our sales observation work? It is being able to get an absolutely real and crystal clear view of how your people are operating in the marketplace by being able to see what they're doing well and reinforcing what they're doing well. And we would score people typically on 15 to 20 attributes. You would choose the attributes, but we would pick the behaviours and we would assess those behaviours. We would rank every individual typically out of 100, and we will rank the team out of 100. And then on occasions, for example, with a number of the real estate agents, they want us to mystery shop their competitor as well to benchmark. So you see the reality of how your team are operating, you see their strengths, you also see the opportunities improvement. So you get a really clear view that it's this part here of the sales process where we need to improve, and you can immediately put some training and some coaching interventions in place to address that particular weakness of the sales team.